Hey, it's Mark Moppin with the National Real Estate Network. Today we're going to be talking about donating real estate. This is a huge thing. I'm going to talk to you and cover why investors would want to consider donating a piece of property. I'm also going to show investors how you can use donating real estate as a tool to make money. I'm going to talk about why just anybody should consider donating real estate. I'm going to talk about the process doing it. I'm going to talk about the benefits of it. And I'm going to talk mostly about, or at the end, I'm going to cover a charity that we've got that does this. So a couple things right off the top is I'm going to give a number. If you are interested in donating real estate, you want to call this toll-free number, 877-721-1627, and we'll put the number on the screen above. And then if you want to talk to me personally, you can call me on my cell phone, 248-939-6232. So I always give a little disclaimer at the beginning of any event. When you're going to consider donating real estate, you always want to talk to a CPA, an attorney, and you want to get good, solid advice to make sure you're making the right decisions. I also want to say that the process I'm going to talk about in donating real estate will vary from state to state. Like if you were in California, a closing on a property there goes into escrow. In Chicago, you're going to have an attorney doing the closing. In Michigan, there's going to be a title company. So it varies. So when I'm talking about the process, it'll depend upon your state how that would happen. So I've had tons of years of experience inside donating real estate. We work for national charities. The site that you'll want to go to and get all the information you want about donating real estate is drivingsuccessfullives.org. It's a 501c3. It's a charity designed for the process of donating real estate. It also works with other charities in handling their process. So there's also what you want to look at when you go to that site. There's a press room, and you can go in and look and see all the good that the charity's doing. It's a good, rock solid charity. So let's talk about why people want to donate, the process, the tax benefits, and the intake. So what's key to the person that wants to donate? And one of the things that's majorly key is if you're going to consider donating, you're going to want to get an appraisal on that property. Now, you could probably just get a drive-by appraisal. You probably want to tell the appraisal company that you're donating the property. Just see if it would make a difference in the price with them. And it also tells them that you're not trying to get a mortgage or anything. I've seen where investors might have a tougher property, so what they'll do is get a drive-by appraisal so that they can get the max tax benefits. So when you file your tax return, you're actually most people that do this will put the appraisal right in with it, so there's no question in the IRS's minds what the value of that property is. You don't have to have an appraisal. Some people just want to do it for the minimum, which I think is like $5,000 or something. So now that you made your mind up to donate the property, the steps you want to take is go to that website I just said, drivingsuccessfullives.org. And if you go to the Contact Us page, there's an intake form. And it's going to ask you questions like where the property is, the tax ID number, the legal description, stuff like that. That'll come to us. It allows us to check the property out. We'll have somebody contact you immediately, and we take action very, very quickly. So we're going to look at it and determine that the property has some value. In the past, if you're wanting to donate a dump site, it's going to be difficult for us to take it. Our house that's had a major fire or something like that. But you should, even if you're not sure on the property or you think it might not qualify, still send it to us because it may have tax benefits for you and we may be able to do something with it. And we're experienced at working with problem properties. So then that comes to us and then we check it out and then we enter into a donation agreement with you. And when you donate property, it's just like if somebody sold a property, the charity needs to make sure they're getting a clean title, or they need to check it out. And then once they've cleared like a normal closing, then the process takes place. So you're responsible to the property up until the date of the transfer. But we're going to look at it and say, yes, this property works immediately. Then we're going to just order the title work or get it set up through an attorney to close, like if you were in Chicago or whatever. So it's going to vary throughout the country. So let's talk about the real world of people donating properties. The real world is that there's 95% of most donations that I've dealt with are people who have properties that they don't want. Like there's a tenant issue. Like right now in the market, you can't even evict a tenant. So you might be looking to donate that property, which would qualify and work very well. Or you've got a non-flowing property that's costing you money. Or in some cases in our market here in Michigan where I live, kids have moved out of state, the parents die, they don't want to come back and mess with the house. In some areas of the city in Detroit, the values aren't high enough for them to want to deal with it. So they can donate that property. If there's a title issue, you should still call us because we're good at solving those title issues. Or they're looking at, they have tremendously high holding costs. So, or they're holding a property with no insurance. They have a major liability. All they have to do is have somebody slip and fall and sue them. Or they have, like I said, no insurance on the property. Commercial properties not in use are just dead weight. And a lot of companies that are doing very well financially, it's a great tool to get those off their books. We find that a lot of people donate properties aren't even concerned about the tax benefits. They've really just got a problem property that they want to get rid of. So that's not even, they don't even care about that. So they might be having an issue with environmental issues. We have to check all that stuff out. Like with what's happening in the country, strip malls, a lot of them are starting to go vacant. So there might be an opportunity to donate that. We've taken warehouses in. We have a warehouse in Detroit we were involved with where we actually ended up putting a warehouse with Habitat for Humanity, and it's one of their stores now. You might have somebody that wants to stay in the property for the rest of their life. So what they do is they set up a life estate and donate the property after they're dead. So that's the kind of so like the benefits in donating from a tax standpoint vary. As an individual, you can take 30% off your adjusted gross income and carry it forward up to 5 years. So let's say that you had a property that you had an appraisal for $100,000. So you now donate that property, and you can take, if you like, you can take 30% off your adjusted gross. So you take 30% of whatever your adjusted gross is. Let's say it's 30,000 is 30%. So then you can use 30,000 out of that 100,000 and carry forward the 70,000. Now with a corporation, it gets even better, because a corporation, you can take 10% off your net earnings and you can carry it forward up to 5 years. So if you have a cash flowing company, that's like taking dollar for dollar off of your net. So again, you want to talk to a CPA and an accountant when you do this. So there are good tax benefits in doing it. So we talked about the process of how we go about taking the property, and you can do all this entire process. First, there's the intake sheets on the website. You're going to sign a donation agreement. It's like a purchase agreement. We're going to make sure the title works clean, check the property out, make sure that there's value for the charity. You'll be responsible for the property up until the time that it actually closes. And at that point, we're going to give you the IRS paperwork so you've got your tax donation. I also wanted to let you know that this particular charity also takes cars anywhere in the United States. We'll pick them up and tow them for free. It really doesn't matter if the car runs or doesn't run, or if it's old or it's junk or whatever. And you'll be able to use that also. We'll provide you the tax deduction paperwork. Again, check out the press release room. So let's talk about now as an investor. Remember at the beginning I told you it's important. So now if you're an investor, and we work with a lot of investors, and you're going out and looking at properties, and it's not a property you want to buy and it doesn't have the value, you can tell that person to donate it. Then we as a charity would have no problem hiring you as the agent to liquidate that property. And we're going to make sure that you get a minimum commission so that it's worth your time, because a lot of times low value properties, people will say, well, if I just got this amount, I only get $50, I'm not going to do that. No, we'll set an amount that's fair, that'll make you want to go liquidate that property, and we'll help you with it. Why would you want to donate? Because you can do the same thing for yourself. And then I do want to acknowledge there's people that donate that give really nice properties and want to make a difference. So check our press release room out for that. So I think with that said, I've covered everything. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. And again, my phone number is 248-939-6232. If you're interested in donating right away, you can call our call center. That number is 877-721-1627. If you have a vehicle you want to donate, it's a different number. You can call 888-228-1050. Or you can go to the website, drivingsuccessfullives.org, and in the contact page, there's a form you can fill out and donate. Thank you very much.